Good evening, everyone. Welcome to Sons and Daughters of Liberty. I know it's been a while, and yep, I just decided I'd jump on here and test out some real internet for once. I've never really had real internet. I always get something to say. And let me make sure everything's working since I'm using a few different things today. Oh, can anybody hear me? All right, I can't hear my mic over on YouTube. So I don't know if my audio's coming through or not. So let me check something. So it doesn't look like my audio's coming through. Hey Bree, can you hear me? That's weird. I can't hear myself on the on YouTube. So okay. Like I said, Bree hooked up things and trying a few different things. Now, what's strange is, and you're gonna want to see this before you dart out of here. Or not. It doesn't look like we can share screens. All right. I wonder if my video's got to be on to share screens, and that's not gonna happen tonight. Well, anyway, like I said, Bree, you're gonna love this. I want to share this on Facebook like I normally do. I share it to my my personal page and or my personal account and my personal sons and daughters account, and I always share it to Bree's account of Bree Spirit Press News. Well, apparently, I ended up getting a error message when I tried to share it to Free Spirit Press News. Your message could not be sent. Includes content that other people on Facebook have reported as abusive. But yet I was able to share it to my account, my page, Sons and Daughters of Liberty's page. I don't get why I can't share screens though. You guys know me. I like being able to share this stuff when I come across it. But now it's not letting me share, so which is weird. We was trying to fix her Spirit Express situation because she's not been able to stream from YouTube to mine, and she was able to screen share where I wasn't. But I was able to stream from YouTube on her gathering page, the group. Which, by the way, is something I do want to talk about before I get into any serious topics. You know that 1,000 quota for subscribers you have to have on YouTube to be able to use your phone? Fuck that. Seriously, I found completely a way around it. And it's now I'm just going to strictly be able to stream right off the mines to YouTube, which means I can have group chats, group participation, call-ins, all in one spot. What I ended up doing was start playing around with the Gatherings app, which is from Jetsy, downloaded it to my phone, the app to my phone, and was able to connect right straight to my room, my group's room on the mines. You get this little address key bar, and you just put this little address in, and it takes you to that room. So Sons and Daughters of Liberty on the mines has a group, and it has its room. So when I open this Gathering app, which is where I've been streaming from for a while, so now I can be mobile and not have to worry about having 1,000 subscribers. And, the beautiful part is I can also use it to connect to my Streamlabs or OBS. So now it gives me more options, which I don't know how much time I'm going to have to stream anymore. But, dealing with certain things, like I'm off work till next Thursday. And for those that haven't heard or haven't caught one of my posts on Twitter or Facebook, my sister had caught COVID last week. Well, I had to take her to Fort Wayne so she could get get an infusion. Mind you, she was fully vaccinated. Her, my parents, all of them fully vaccinated. She catches COVID. I take her to work, take her to Fort Wayne. I'm not wearing a mask, nothing. I don't care. I'm not going to catch it. That's my personal thoughts on the things. And, the power of the mind is very important. Hence why Rambo's the chaotic mind. Our minds are so important. It is the most powerful weapon and tool we have and possess. If we think we're healthy and immune, we believe it, we are less likely to get sick. You know what? I don't have COVID. I didn't catch it. Although I still got to suffer the penalty of it and be on quarantine. So I re-quarantined my ass back to my apartment. Since my old lady's going to be shipping out, I'm going to have the place to myself. So I'm going to do a live stream. Hey, Bree. Wow, welcome everybody. Welcome to Free Spirit Press News. Hopefully she said something so I can actually figure out if my mic's working, or everything's working like it's supposed to.
Oh, there we go. It'd help if I would turn my mic on. Duh.
There we go. That works.
Yeah, you're 5 by 5. Um,
Yeah, like I said, I can't hear myself. Oh, I don't know if you caught what I was talking about when I went to share this on your page over on Facebook.
what did it
I
say?
can't I can't share screens for some odd reason. You can, I can't. I don't know.
Oh, okay.
But this is what I got when I went to share it. I got this error message. Your message couldn't be sent because it includes content that other people on Facebook have reported as abusive. In fact, I'm going to screen capture this and send it to you on Twitter
All
once I
right.
remember how to do this because I'm running dual monitors now. Oh boy, it helps if I have better lighting.
I just turned my lights on. Just got to find.
Oh, that's not
Oh,
going to help me. Though the one light in this is like all the way out in the kitchen, so no matter what, I don't really get that much light in here, and I'm kind of broke, so I haven't had a chance to get a. I got a little enough food to last a week, and pay bills and a little bit of stuff so I could cook with. By the time it was all said and done, by the time I bought a bed, I was like broke, so didn't have a chance to get a lamp stand or anything to put over here in the corner.
all right.
So
Where is my
where's my print screen button?
um? Ah, shit.
Oh yeah, something else we didn't check. I gotta check my page because now. Oh yeah, there's something else dealing with the mind that I came across today before it slips my mind completely. We can now. What was it called? It's called merge content. Or
Yeah.
yeah, we can now merge like our content from YouTube to the mines. We can basically link that stuff. So now when I do live streams or videos or upload, it should be automatically uploaded to the mines, which I pretty much will just do my stuff down from the mines anyway. So
All right. Your page has been unpublished. How the hell did my page get unpublished? That's what I want to know.
is that what
Uh,
happened?
yeah, somehow or another, my page got unpublished. Um,
I guess that.
let's see.
Well, this could be part of the reason. I'll just figure out what my screenshots are. Pictures.
No, I don't really want to take it to her. Oh my god. It's going to make me go through every little due to some privacy rules in some regions, some inboxes, blah 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 blah. All right. Um, let's see. Now, where is my?
Yeah, that's what it gave me. I sent it to your inbox or on Twitter.
All right, I
Oh
will.
fuck.
I gotta find um how to, since they changed all this posts and stories. I mean, oh, public. All right, let's do it this way. Um, why won't you? I wonder if why won't you let me select? I got to go through all these posts. All right. All right. Published. All right, those are all published. Where is more tools? All right. Page settings. That's what I wanted. All right, page build. Somehow.
All right, cool. It did upload. My live stream is uploaded to my page feed without me doing anything.
Your page has been unpublished by Facebook. What? I ain't joking. Let's see.
I guess that explains why I couldn't share.
Huh. Let's see. It's not a branded account. I know that. No, I don't want to edit that. Cancel. This is twisted. Pages. All right. Edit. It won't let me it won't let me publish my page.
Nope, they got you in Facebook jail. They put your page on Facebook jail. Imagine that one. That's a first. Now they've kicked me out of my page, so I couldn't do anything in my page. But they never actually suspended my page or anything.
All right.
I guess you're gonna have something to rant about later.
You think? Publish.
Somebody's fucking with you.
What? You are temporarily blocked from performing this action.
Okay, you're in Facebook jail.
All right.
Which I wonder for how long of a period.
All right, I want to go here. I should have actually. Now, what's weird is I was able to post on my page just a minute ago. Well, 9 minutes ago, this episode. So apparently I'm not completely in Facebook jail. Just my fan pages are in jail. All right, now let me go over here. Go to my messages. Imagine that, people. I'm in Facebook jail.
Yeah, your whole page is.
What the hell? All right. Why am I not? All right. I got to go look for something. All right. I lost something besides my mind. I still haven't figured out.
Facebook's getting ready to get sued big time anyway.
Yeah, you think?
Yeah, so it's basically one of those fact check this bitches. You just got caught. They got caught by an well, I don't know if I call them news, but hey, a reporter had enough, and his shit turned out to be truthful, and they refused to redo their fact check, so he's taking them to court over it and suing them.
Good. Now they're gonna get slapped by more than just one, because I'm thinking about doing the exact same for what they did to me. All right. Oh, that is. I wonder who pulled that garbage on me. That is insane.
It might not have been you, because I'm going through your page now, and it looks like the last published thing over here was me. The From Darkness to Light is where the true illusion lies. So it might have been me that got your page.
But they still
But it's, I mean, like I said, it's over on my page. It didn't do shit to me.
All right, I'm gonna look here, because let's see here. This morning at 2:20 a.m., Facebook nailed me for the part 1 series of from Project Veritas. They nailed my post, and now, of course, when I look at it on my computer, it says now 4:20 a.m. How screwed up, because on my notifications on my phone it says 2:20. On my computer it says 4:20. So how did we lose 2 hours in there? Anybody care to make a guess here as to how this happened?
And there ain't shit you can do. You can't even, because since it's done by Facebook, you can't republish it. You got to go petition Facebook, and there's no petition button on whatsoever.
No, there isn't.
It's just Facebook being fucking. I'm gonna say they're just being fucking Nazis. Period.
I was gonna say that. Yeah.
They're a bunch of fucking communist cocksucking bastards.
No, well, they're definitely not socialists. That's for damn sure, because socialists, even they have a little bit of freedom.
Yeah, if you're part of the socialist group. Other than that, you don't have no fucking freedom.
So,
I mean, that's what people forget. They talk about communism, but they forget fucking, people that claim socialism. Well, socialism was created to in a way, it was created, and it's just leads up to communism, because socialism is a design system to fail.
It's pathetic when you really think about it.
But if you know your history, what was socialism? Socialism was a neo-Nazi party.
Right.
Just like this whole fucking got to get a vaccine thing. Fuck you and your goddamn vaccine. Look, why do I need a vaccine? I mean, I'm walking proof. Had to drive my sister to fucking Fort Wayne. Was in a fucking closed up car with her, not wearing a mask. Was around her the whole weekend. She didn't find out till Saturday that she got COVID, and she's fully vaccinated. I mean, what the fuck? What's the point of a vaccine that prevents nothing? I mean, she had to go get an infusion.
Well, here's the interesting issue here. Now, and people don't stop and think about this, but I don't think we have to look any farther than the Israeli Health Ministry and their intense, laborious record system that they have in place, and how accurate and what their vaccine records actually are. Um, they have the largest population of those who have went down that rabbit hole, and right now currently they have the and they're already on number 3 over there, by the way. They currently have the highest number of any nation in the world that are dealing with this same problem, and their numbers really spiked after the third round.
Well, I mean, we're getting close to October. We're still playing the fucking fear game, the fear mongering, the fear
Right.
porn, because what it is. Oh, you got to be vaccinated. You got to be vaccinated. Oh, I'm going to make everyone get vaccinated. I'm the president. I'm the fucking dictator of the United States. You know, I think it's funny. Everybody was so scared that fucking Trump was going to become a dictator. Now we got a fucking dictator in goddamn office.
Well,
Or trying to be anyway. I mean, you know, the writing is on the wall. Now, I've been talking with people, you know, there's certain things I got to watch what I say now, just because of my relationship status now. But for the most part, I'm still free to speak my mind when I want.
you're kind of in the same situation I was in. It's um,
You know, after all, I am a Rutledge, so we are
yeah,
rebels. We are fucking rebels to the fucking very end, and fuck you.
rebel yell. You, 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 do you know that rebel yell sound?
Oh yes, I
Um,
do.
it sounds like a drum beat and a bugle to me, or a trumpet. If I remember correctly, it's my history is right. Um, it was a drum beat and a trumpet and the flag bearer. Um, and one could argue, and I don't think there's much argue at all. And this is not fear porn. This is not hyperbole. But I honestly believe, and I have to give, I don't often give props to those people who claim to be in that subset of people that, and I'll probably catch hell for saying that they're in a certain percentile of the population. The actual truth of the matter, less than 1% of the population has served more than one term. In fact, it's 1.4% that have served 3 tours or more. What does that say about those that particular subset of people that are saber rattling?
Right.
Where's the backbone? Where,
Well, I mean, I come from a fucking family where my family history is rich enough, but we're not gonna fucking saber rattle.
No, you just simply do.
Exactly.
There is no saber rattle. There is no talk. There's only
If
action.
say the Black Sea, fucking, you won't even know what's coming.
Right. And then there are these who love to talk and love to say they got game. Well, if they got game, so far all I've heard is thankfully, I think for the betterment of this nation, quite honestly, I think all all talk and no action actually has been on the a plus for this country. Do I honestly believe? And I was going to ask you this earlier. What is it going to take to? I mean, is there even a snowball's chance in hell at this stage of the game where we're at now? Is there a chance? And you're maybe one of the better people that I know, and know rather well. That's why I can ask this question. What does it take to bring this country has been to the brink before? What does it take to bring this country back? Short of things getting very very difficult. Let's use those words. I mean, yeah, we've thrown a lot of buzzwords out there already that I'm sure this video probably won't last long.
Oh, it'll last long.
Just saying.
They know better to fuck with me.
But there's what is it going to take to put this country back on a firm foundation at this point, and at least in a salvageable direction before that somebody just gets froggy and reaches up and rips that fucking Band-Aid off, and shit gets stupid, and it's not gonna, for a lot of people, they think, oh, it's gonna get stupid, but it's gonna be slow starting.
Oh no.
You flick the lights off. I was down in Katrina. 72 to 96 hours, shit got fucking stupid, quick, fast, and in a hurry. And I don't see this as lasting any more than maybe if we get 72 hours, we're going to be lucky before the streets are red. And with 110 million veterans still alive that are of fighting age, I don't think that this is a very viable situation. Do you?
I mean, I got a whole different take on that.
All right, what's your take?
I mean, we're already seeing this shit.
You're
already seeing what's going on around the world. Shit that's going on in Australia, happening in Australia, shit that's happening in Europe. That, they're trying to suppress as much of it as they can so people don't see what's going on, but, fuck.
Yeah, I'm glad I've
been around the web. I've been around the web for a while. And I got friends all over the world, so I get my information quite frequently.
Yep.
So just because you're not fucking seeing it on your TVs or fucking seeing fucking Twitter posts, it's being heavily censored. The shit's going down. It's been going down. Just like I'm not stupid. None of my, I don't think any of my listeners are.
No, we know that.
I mean, you guys see what's going on in your area. You hear the talk.
All right.
Sometimes, I talk about, the fool. I'm just that fucking, I'm the fool. I'm the gesture. The people don't understand the esoteric meanings of it, but let's think about the fool, the gesture. The gesture hears all, sees all, and is invisible to all. It's the fucking homeless person that you walk by and ignore.
Now, I'm gonna bounce another one off you. I'm going to bounce another one off you.
And there's more chatter and more talk going on now than there has ever been.
All right, I'm going to bounce another one off you. Well, that one is still cooking in your craw. How often do you go to rummage sales and shit like that?
Something catches my eye, I stop.
All right. What do you figure as the average person who is of the prepper mindset and or actively prepping? What do you figure as the average person who is actively either just starting or is in a dire thirst for information? What is your age demographic that you would say it is probably the most active right now?
Oh no, it varies. I mean, it depends. That's all. It all depends on the area you grow up in, the areas you're from, what you get introduced to, your curiosity. I mean, right now, I know preppers that are just starting, that are in their teens. Then I know people that are in their 50s and 60s are just starting. So it's the demographics on that, it can't be put into perspective because, and it's the smart ones. I've always talked about this. Most of you guys don't know what the fuck I have.
Right.
You don't. I don't show it. None of your goddamn business what I have. Why do I want to draw attention? Because people that are probably going to be, oh, this guy does a YouTube channel. He's a prepper. He's got all this shit. Let's get it. And if you don't think that's people's mindset, let me tell you something.
Oh, it is.
If shit gets fucking real, and I think you're fake, people think there's going to be rules and laws. There is no rules and laws when it comes to warfare. You guys have been so brainwashed. It's pillage and plunder. Simple as that. You can talk about all this stuff. I'm going to defend. I got all this stuff. Okay. Thanks for showing me. Okay, now I know you got all that, and I know you probably got other shit you haven't shown, but you done showed us. The true concept of prepping is kind of like prayer. Take it in your closet and keep silent about it.
Yep.
Keep it amongst your community. That's where it belongs. It doesn't belong. It's cool to show people how to do things, how to survive, what they need. But at the point, remember, you're putting a target on yourself. So educational wise, it's nice to see these people doing this stuff, to be educated, what they need and what they don't. But some of these people's taking it so far, it's like, then you got people like me who'll sit there and just tell you, yeah, go ahead. Find your little community, group of people that you trust. Do it with them. Don't be going making videos about it, telling people what you're doing, what you got, where your bunkers are. Because let me tell you something. In this day and age, if you're dumb enough to take a photograph of your area, it can be easily found.
Right.
I mean, there's no such thing as privacy anymore. I mean, if somebody really, really wanted to find me right now, it wouldn't be that hard. And I'm probably one of the more cautious ones on what I post, show. But I still can easily be found. I got a fucking cell phone. I got fucking internet access.
All right.
That's the easiest thing right there. Track my fucking IP address. I'll tell you right what region I'm in. I mean, you can't. Unless you're fucking completely going off-grid, discarding everything fucking electronic. And then, there's that debate. What did you get pumped in when you got that vaccine,
All right, so let me ask you another question then.
But everywhere you go, there's a fucking camera.
Right.
So if you're going into town, you're going to get caught.
All right.
You can't hide anymore.
So let me throw this one at you. I've all through this pandemic, periodically I've stopped at a few rummage sales, and the amount of people from age 37 to 73. The 30 something, that's not real surprising. A little late to the party, but at least their eyes got open. Maybe some of the conversations that me and one of my teammates had going down the aisles at Walmart or Cabela's or wherever we shopped maybe resonated with people to thinking.
Well, not really. Well, that's just the other beautiful thing that happened during all this fucking lockdown bullshit last year. People started doing shit they never even thought about doing.
Right.
People started growing gardens and fucking. It's like they were fucking doing shit. They were starting to finally. They weren't being fucked. That was the biggest mistake the government ever made. Honestly, was locking us down.
Well,
because when you're working, you're busting your ass off. You're stressing. How am I going to meet these bills? How am I going to pay these bills? And all of a sudden, you just shut everything down. Now people aren't stressing. Now they got time to think. Now they actually got time to research and question things that people did. Why am I being locked down?
Then they started networking with other like-minded people in their area, and whether it be through things like FaceTime, radios, closed circuit radios. There's been a huge resurgence of 11 meter, which is Citizens Band radio, AM and FM transceivers, and a rather large surge in 10 meter amateur radio as well. A lot of people are coming out, but what is so shocking is every rummage sale that I hit in the last, I would say 14 months, 15 months, I found people predominantly over age 50. I mean, when they look at me, they're like, "Oh, you're one of those prepper type. Can I ask you questions? How do you do this? How do we go about finding like-minded people? How to build a tribe, or insert name here." I says, that finding your true team isn't it's kind of like dating, to a degree. But once you go out farther from there, there's a certain number, and once you get to a certain number, then things become a liability, because if you say you have 30 people, well,
that's 30 mouths you got to feed.
That's 30 people times, and we're just going to use rice and chicken, cans of chicken. You're going to need roughly I think it was 1.3 ton per person per year, or 1,300 pounds rather, for an entire year of rice, and approximately 2,100 cans of 10-ounce cans of chicken for 1 year per person. And I mean, that sounds like an extreme amount, but when you break down the caloric content, it comes out to roughly 3,600 calories per person for an entire year, and you can do the math for that, and that number becomes so overwhelming. But to answer what is that magic number of how many people do you need? That's all AO, area of operation specific. If you're trying to hold down a city block, forget about it. Get about it. Just get out of town. Real simple.
I disagree with that one. That's improved. That's improvement. That was proven in fucking what was the name of that fucking Russian sniper?
Which one? I've dealt with several.
In World War II.
Oh, it was a female actually.
No, there was a male. He held the fucking Yeah. Oh shit! Cancel. No. See, a city block. If I got high ground, good luck.
In a normal residential small town, once you're out away from the high rises, that becomes a very serious problem. And unless you have somebody that has a particular skill set, that becomes a very serious problem. And I would rather take, given my past, and the various cities that I've actually tried that theory on and seen what happened in those cities, those people would have been better off to flee the city. It would have been much less painful for them, to be honest.
That's even if you're even allowed to flee the city.
And that's where making sure your OODA loop is in tune. You're watching things, watching every nuance of what is actually going on in your community, being tuned in to what is actually going on, and being very alert, and how various officials are saying things, wording things, and not so much their actual words, but their actual body language, and
their
knowing,
mannerisms,
reading their physical body language rather than their lips, because
truthfully, before you even get into all people get into that, they need to learn themselves. Learn how to read people. If you can't read people, you're not going to last long in any scenario.
This is true. This is extraordinarily
true. That's why I said I'm that fool. I'm that gesture. Fuck you. I see more and hear more by being that fucking quiet observer.
Oh, that gray man is awesome.
Fucking himself. When I go to fucking places or rummage sales or shit like that, do I got people coming up and thinking I'm a fucking prepper? No. I'm just some fucking invisible guy that they fucking barely pay attention to, unless I want them to pay attention to me, unless I want to put that vibration out, change that manner, change that persona. And that's the worst part of it, is all these fucking shit we deal with every day. All that shit on all these networks we're on, we're fucking constantly getting psychologically bombarded with constant crap. That was one of the big keys why I said fucking last year every day was fucking Halloween.
It still is.
For the most part, yeah, it's not as bad. It's more worse on the fucking psychological warfare aspect of it. Fucking with people's psychics, Look at all these fucking nurses out there fucking getting fired because they refused the vaccine. But there was no problem when they were fucking last year treating all these cases, so-called cases of COVID, through the whole thing. Now it's a big deal. They need to get vaccinated. Let me restate my previous opinion on that. What's the fucking point if you're going to still catch COVID?
And who is the biggest carrier of the? It's not those of us who. Now I'm in a very unique situation, and I have no qualms going with airing this out. There's a lot of things in my life that I don't put out there that I'm very private about for obvious reasons. But I'm very lucky to, well, this has a double-edged sword, because if something were to come along down the road that, say, smallpox were to come back with very serious vengeance, it would be a question, because unfortunately both of my parents are dead. My biological mother, I don't know where she is currently. My grandparents are all gone. So and to find out how I reacted to the smallpox vaccination when I was a kid, I don't know. I don't remember that many years ago. I mean, I'm damn near 50 years old, for God's sakes. So if something like that were to come about, I might be screwed. Was I vaccinated at one time for smallpox? Yes, I was. But with anything else that's come along since then, I can't take the vaccines for them. Whether it's flu, pneumonia, and the last time in fact, I had to take somebody yesterday to the hospital. And while I was at the hospital, I was talking to one of the nurses that I've known for 20 years. I had her pull up my records and see if there was a reaction to my last tetanus shot. And there was actually a reaction, a very bad reaction, actually, to my last tetanus shot. My blood pressure doubled within 10 minutes after the administration of the tetanus shot. And that was 4 years ago. So what's changed? Lots changed. Could it be all the injections that I had to take because of my job that screwed my system? I don't know. But I know a whole lot of people that are in my age range that are vaccine intolerant or allergic. And this poses a very serious problem for us going down the road for a lot of things. And work is, and career, it is one of those things. And a lot of people don't stop and think about that. How many people are in this same boat?
Well, I thought it was interesting, which I'm scrolling through my feeds here, see if I can find it. But like, a lot of my shit's been fucking, the tweets and shit's been removed. Censorship, Nazis over on Twitter.
Oh, you're having that same issue too? Yeah. Welcome.
But I thought it was a few weeks ago. It was the military. It was their little health organization in the military put out that video about what the vaccines are actually doing and causing. And you talked about smallpox. Well, in their case studies, it's bringing back diseases that were long gone. And they specifically said in this fucking press corps announcement that it was because of the vaccines that they were giving people. This vaccine ain't preventing COVID. It's not doing anything, but it's bringing back other things. And of course, you know, the video appears not to be there anymore, of course, which is normal.
Yeah,
You know,
and what
if you go against the status quo, they're gonna do everything in their power to fucking try to silence you.
what happened to the you know, it's kind of strange you haven't heard anything about the disposition of the 28,000 US members of the US military that filed a federal lawsuit against the government in reference to this. I know that it went to court, or there has been an initial hearing about it, but there's nothing on record anywhere that I've been able to find.
Well, yeah, I mean, anything. If you try to go speak out, any doctor that tries to speak out, they're gonna lose their job. They're gonna be fucking. I mean, we got people going after fucking doctors to sue them if they say anything different. I mean, it's the status quo. I mean, look at these nurses in fucking North Carolina, who was like 375 fucking nurses got fired because they refused to get the COVID shot.
And
it's ridiculous.
Mark my word. Before COVID,
you know, just like fucking Biden trying to say that fucking you had to fucking every fucking and bringing fucking OSHA and trying to get OSHA involved. I mean, fuck you.
Mark,
it's not gonna work.
Mark,
how many fucking companies started filing lawsuits?
Mark my word. You know, before all this COVID crap hit, 3 years before the COVID was even talked about, there was a significant nursing shortage.
Yes, and you know what that was over? It was over the flu vaccine. And eventually, the state of Ohio being one of them, all the nurses stopped. They went on fucking strike. They said, fuck you, we're not taking your flu vaccine. And this was right before fucking COVID. Then all of a sudden, you know, that after the shortage of nurses, I love that term because usually when there's a nurse shortage, it's these fucking people, these American nurses, first responders that are fucking sticking up for our rights, our freedoms, by refusing to get a flu shot, refusing to get vaccinated for COVID. It causes a shortage. You know what happened? Most of these hospitals in these states caved. In fact, the state of Ohio passed legislation preventing any hospital from making a nurse or doctor take a vaccine. And that was how it's worded in the fucking legislation.
I need to ask one question. I'm pretty sure you did this, but did you make sure that you did age restrict this?
All my videos are age restricted.
Okay. I didn't know if you had set that as...
No, even if I did, I don't care. I'll go back and do it. It doesn't matter because fucking YouTube goes through and fucking age restricts all my videos anyway.
Well, that. I haven't had that issue. I've been having people crying and complaining because all my shit is age restricted. And I'm like,
yeah, because you know, if I post this over on fucking WordPress, nobody can. They actually got to go to the channel to age verify. It doesn't even show up. And the funny thing is, over on the Minds, it shows up regardless of age restriction.
Right.
It's stable on Facebook, but on WordPress, oh no, if I got it age restricted, you can't watch it. You literally got to go to my YouTube channel because you got to age verify yourself. You know, I put that up there, you know, for my own protection, you know, plus, you know, my little foul language.
Yeah, and that's
some of the topics I talk about. No, it's not for fucking kids to hear.
Well, and that was what that just dawned on me. I was like, you know, as many F-bombs were dropping, I figured I might want to just double check that just for just so that it's as a matter of public record, so that anybody can't come back later and say that.
there's also that fact that I shouldn't have to do that
Right,
because that's
right. I
infringing on
agree.
my freedoms of speech, how I choose to use my language.
And then there. Now here's the really twisted, fucked up side of it. Look at if you punched in and did a fast Google search of how many states actually have anti-obscenity laws on the books. I think you just blow, and what the actual penalty is, it'll blow your fucking mind. It's stupid. How many states actually have adopted uh, the obscenity laws over the last 50 years? In my jurisdiction, the obscenity law goes back to 1978. Believe it or not, 1978. And they use it. That's stupid, but
I mean, it's a broken system. It's a corrupt legal system to begin with. They make up fucking rules and laws as they go and don't fucking notify you because they don't have to, because it's clearly written. It's your responsibility to know your laws and legislation. It's your due diligence. You can't cry, I didn't know that, in the court of law, because it's your due diligence to know the laws that change almost frequently every day. And, and the worst part is many of these laws go against our fucking Constitution to begin with.
Yep.
That's why I'm so fucking glad to be out of the state of fucking Ohio. The only thing I gotta go to Ohio for is to go to work. Fuck that corrupt state. It violates the Constitution every day.
Yeah, I seen something about the number of cases that I remember in a previous live stream that we had talked about, that there was something like 397 cases pending in U.S. District Court and higher that had been originated out of the state of Ohio.
Well, yeah, every year the Supreme Court hears 35,000 plus cases just from the prison system or from the courts illegally putting people on what they call PRC, post-release control. The way it works is you get sentenced to prison or jail time, whatever. Say you do your whole time. Well, if you do your whole time, technically you should be fucking free. Oh no. In the state of Ohio, you do your whole time, then you're put on post-release control, probation. If you violate, you get sent back up to half your original sentence, which is unconstitutional. It's the old Fed system, which the Supreme Court ruled was unconstitutional, but now the state of Ohio adapted it and has been using it. And every year, beginning of the year, the Supreme Court hears over 35,000 cases and releases people off who have been illegally put on probation, many of which who will probably end up back in prison because they can't find a job, which now that's not a problem. But back in the early 2000s, it was, especially after the recession, it was hard for anybody to get jobs out there.
Oh,
but that was the quickest way to send somebody back. Oh, you didn't get a job within 30 days. You're going back.
It's stupid. I was talking to several places over the last couple of weeks about employment, and their chief complaint is that in the preliminary and secondary and sometimes even tertiary interviews, everything goes through just fine, and on paper everything looks good. Their mannerisms and their professionalism is out of sight. About that time, their background check comes back, and then they automatically get disqualified, no matter how old a case is. They get disqualified, and for whatever reason, and these aren't in positions of trust, mind you. Um, that I mean, it's this is all part of that broken, fucked up system that keeps people uh, pretty much confined, if that, and entrapped into a situation and a system that it literally suppresses them uh, indefinitely. You know, it's a lot like the Social Security system. They intentionally set those perimeters so that if you go out and you try to find a job that find something, 4 to 8 hours a week that would give you at most maybe $1,000 a month. They end up clipping you for like half of your income. Where's the how does that how are you supposed to try to get ahead on that? And if you try to do it under the table and you get caught, oh hell, you're up the creek without a paddle for a long time then. And yet employers are screaming for qualified people. Who's more qualified than people who have paid their debts and willing to do basically low end jobs just to scratch a little bit of money up so that they can maybe get ahead. It's going to be those people that have been there and done that, correct?
Yeah.
And they wonder why there's such a labor shortage.
Well, I mean, it's part of that labor shortage because there were a bunch of lazy fucks that was getting free checks and didn't want to go back. I mean, fuck, we hired somebody that, he said, fuck, I don't want to work. I'd rather be at home collecting a paycheck like I was. She didn't last long.
Yeah, I probably figure what, maybe a week?
No, he lasted about a month. Then he just said, fuck it, quit.
Yeah, I never quite figured that one out. Never figured that one out.
I mean, why go to work when you're going to actually get paid more than what you was getting paid at work? And in a lot of cases, that's what it was. People was making, during that whole fucking shutdown, I was getting paid for a regular 40 hours plus time and a half, which equivalented out to an extra $200 basically a week. And I had motherfuckers that were getting fucking paid from unemployment and all the fucking benefits they're getting. They were making $1,000 a fucking week.
Oh, damn.
I'm like, well, fuck, I'm getting screwed. But, was I getting screwed? Yes. Was I? No, because it's the way our factory did it. They paid everybody. Whether if you didn't want to work, don't come in. We're still going to pay you a regular 40 hours. If you come in and you work, we're going to give you your 40 hours plus time and a half. And which is basically hazard pay and your hazard pay is what it effectively came down to. But they did that so that everybody would keep their fucking benefits and keep their fucking health insurance. Which, I mean, we don't pay. I mean, our factories were rare, but, that's what I love about where I work, is the fact that it's family. It's a family-run business for the most part. They're Americans. You go in each section of the building, you'll find an American flag hanging somewhere. And they treat you like, you're supposed to be treated at a place where you work. So I've never had nothing bad to say about it. I love where I work, which I'm kind of pissed off that got to quarantine till Thursday. But I've also known that where I work, there's been a lot of people that's caught it. I haven't caught it. Other than, back before, and we didn't even know what the fuck COVID was. It was like December of the, what was it, 2000? This is what, 2001? So last year was 2000. It was 2019. December of 2019 was when a bunch of us actually caught what is now known as COVID. But before, nobody had a clue what the fuck it was. You know, I was fucking sick as fuck for over a month. And it took me several months to fucking before I could actually fucking get my breathing right. But after that, I've had no problems. I haven't got sick. But that's the other thing. What the fuck happened to the flu? I hear no talk of flu. I see nobody talking about, oh, you need to get a flu vaccine. It's flu season. Not a peep.
You know what was interesting, Drew, is right around that same time, I got what we now know, and it took me about 3 weeks to kick it, and I was like, I felt like I was literally knocking on death's door. It wasn't quite a week after you, but it wasn't far. It was in that same time zone, same time arena, and it was a good 3 weeks that I was on my back. I mean, there was just no. I wanted to do a lot of things, but it just was not happening because of that bug. And I went to the hospital twice because I do have asthma, and they could not figure out what the hell it was. I mean, not in any way, shape, or form. I was that bad. And the only thing that they could think of was it was some rare form of pneumonia or double pneumonia. That's the best that they could tell me. And then I just got over about 2.5 months. About 2.5 months ago. I had the Delta, and for about 5 days, I was. It took me 5 days before I could even enjoy a cigarette, a single cigarette. It took me 3 days to smoke one, and yeah, it was not pleasurable, but I would rather catch it early, get the antibodies so that it doesn't happen nearly as bad. If I do get it again, it probably ain't going to be nearly as bad.
Well, it makes me wonder how many cases are still being misrepresented as the flu. They just don't want to call it the flu. You know, this is what happens when government and big pharma take control of things.
Yep.
And they find something they can use to control everybody. They're not going to fucking stop. They found a way. Oh, we know how to control everybody. We can shut them down, lock them down. We can strike fear so they do whatever we want them to do. And it's ridiculous, guys. This is why, when something like this comes up, no, you got to put your foot down right then and there. And then, it goes back to something you asked. I mean, the bottom line, I think most of my listeners know the truth. What's going to take to change? There's no putting the Band-Aid back on it. We passed the point of no return fucking 2 generations ago. It will take exactly what some states are threatening to do now.
Iowa's there were the governor of Iowa. How the hell did she word it? I actually shared it to my Facebook. How the hell did she word it? I rather liked how she worded it. She's like, freedom, she used a red background and white fonting, freedom over lockdown. So this is the governor of Iowa. freedom over lockdowns. What does she know that we don't know is looming? How soon is this possibly a probability here? When a duly elected person who is already stepped out, had the state legislature, also duly elected, not appointed, pass legislation prohibiting masks and vaccines within reason, only to get sued by the administration.
Well, yeah, it's going to happen. I mean, that's why you've got over 13 states talking about seceding from the union.
I think there's 23 now.
Well, yeah, well, last I heard it was 13. Like I said, I haven't been in the loop, and I've been out of the loop, between fucking work or fucking moving. Yeah, moving sucks. It's just one of those things where, yes, I've had a lot I wanted to talk about, but at the same time, don't want to talk about it.
Well, let her rip, Tater Chip. I'm here until about, as I said, I have to be up at 4:30.
Well, that's okay. In about 10 minutes, I'm wrapping this up anyway.
I'll let her rip, Tater Chip.
It just comes down to the point. The fucking writing's on the wall, guys. If you can't see it, you're blinder than Ray Charles.
I didn't know there was anybody that bad, but
we still got a bunch of cupcakes out there.
I was gonna call them snowflakes, but all right.
No, I can't call them snowflakes. I've already debunked that one. You can't call these cupcake snowflakes, because every snowflake is unique and different from every other snowflake.
Well, that's true.
Probably one of the most one of the most things you can call perfection is a snowflake. So fuck you, cupcakes. You're not snowflakes, because you're definitely not perfect.
I happen to like cupcakes. Damn it! Now I'm gonna have to find a different confection to like. Shit.
The bottom line is we've got a fucking dictator in office, plain and simple. Acting like a dictator, suppressing people's freedoms, overstepping his legal jurisdiction, his legal. Oh, he doesn't even go by his oaths. It's just got to a point where enough's enough. But no, that's the point. Elections will come around again, and we'll see the same fucking cocksuckers right back in office. You can't tell me the system's not rigged. I don't give a flying fuck. It's been rigged ever since they created the Electoral College. Because here's what nobody ever understands. He who wins gets all the votes from the losers. So if you're in a county that the county went towards that president, to the president or to the person that lost, that electoral vote still goes to the winner. So your vote doesn't matter.
I'm kind of glad you actually went there. 2 weeks ago, I actually ran. You know how you can track your vote?
Uh-huh.
I actually went and I looked. And my vote still, as of Tuesday, has not been counted.
Well, yeah, there's a lot of votes that haven't been counted. Fucking mail-in ballots don't count. Only it's a, see, that's the point. That's where they got everybody. Mail in your votes. They only go to mail-in ballots if it's a fucking close race. Only a percentage of the mail-in ballots are used for an election cycle. You all got tricked.
Just played like a fiddle.
You should have went to those fucking polling stations and voted.
I actually did.
And that's where people fucked up. They're like, oh, we can early vote. We can put our... No, because those votes don't come into play unless it's a close race. Then only a portion of those votes come into play. It's been the oldest fucking scam since they created that fucking system in the elections.
Yeah, they need to do away with that shit unless you are military and deployed.
Well, yeah, but see, that's the point. Even when the military, that's where, you really want to understand how the mail-in ballots, look, go research down the military line, and their votes only are used if elections is too close to call.
That's...
That was, you know what the fucked up part was? That shit they taught us in fucking history class.
See, I missed that. I might have missed that day.
I mean, I learned more about fucking history back in the fucking 90s in school. And let me tell you, they definitely don't get that curriculum anymore.
No.
Like I said, my generation was the last generation to get educated right.
I would agree that your class was probably the last one to
Generation X was the last.
And I'm just a little behind that one.
And the worst part is, from that point on, people were trained never to question everything. And it was a steadily gradual. And this is what people don't understand. This whole thing that played out, this all started back in the early 90s, 80s. Shit, some of it was clear back in the 50s. They play the long game. They don't play a short game. They set things up, waiting for the perfect time. They'll start with the psychological warfare, start fixing it so we're going to pull both parents away from the family, so they got to work. So we get more control over the kids than the parents have, so the parents don't have time to go sit down, see what they're learning in school. The whole system played out for decades before we got to this point. And we've seen it gradually with each generation, the decline of family education. Being taught where parents would actually question, no, that's being taught to my kids? No, we're going to the school board. Oh, no, I mean, we've gotten, like I said, yep, you want to fix things? You got to fucking rip the whole system to shreds. You got to replace every single one from the bottom to the top. So, no, it cannot be a civil. It has to be revolutionary. Because otherwise, the system's still there. All the broken pieces and parts, all the fucking like-minded individuals think they are puppet masters. And really, all they are the fucking puppets. That's why history is so important. That's why they worked so hard to destroy it. That's why it was so important for them to fucking take down these monuments. Now it's so important to push white privilege. Fuck you and your white privilege. But with psychological bullshit. Nobody's privileged. Let's get that straight. We all fucking put our pants on the same way. We all fucking work our asses off to the fucking bone to get by. We're all equal. In fact, I don't care what your skin color is. It don't matter to me one difference. You're an American citizen. That's how I differentiate between things. You're my brother and you're my sister. We're all Americans. I don't give a fuck about anything else after that. Neither should you. I don't give nobody else power over me. Neither should you. Like I said, it's your mind. Use it. Quit letting other people use it for you. Learn to take control of your own mind. Learn how to manipulate your own mind for your self-improvement. I got a perfect health system. I will not get sick. I won't catch COVID. Whatever you've got to do to psychologically implant those suggestions into your mind. Your mind is such a beautiful tool. When your body needs healed, your mind will fucking trigger those things to heal your body without you thinking about it. This is all, the shit I'm telling you, all you're talking esoteric. No, it's all scientifically proven too. The power of your mind has been scientifically proven. That's why most people, when given the real drug and the placebo, most people, because they think they're taking the real thing, have a better success rate on the placebo than they do on the actual pharmaceutical drug. The placebo works better than the fucking so-called real drug. Well, I hope so, because as we know, all the side effects that comes with the real drugs that are supposed to be, oh, this is good for you. This is going to help you. Yeah. If you really want to have a war on drugs, go after the pharmaceutical companies. They're the real criminals. They're the ones pushing shit that fucking fucks you up far worse than most recreational drugs out there. They're the ones that got fucking millions of people hooked on fucking opioids and methamphetamines. That was your pharmaceutical. That wasn't your fucking drug dealers. The drug dealers just fucking came along and picked up the scraps. So you want a little truce on those. Pay attention. Use your mind. Hope you guys enjoyed. I am out. You close up, Bree.
Alrighty. There's so much that people don't stop and think about, and so many things that people really need to be open-minded and really go down, not be afraid to go down these rabbit holes and expand their mind, expand their horizons, and be willing to sometimes be uncomfortable, because sometimes within that uncomfortability, you find things that will not just expand your horizons, but also make things very interesting and very stimulating. Talking to older veterans, older people that have been around, not maybe a little bit older than me, and the older generation, certainly. I was blessed to come out of a mixed generation family home, so naturally I had the best of both worlds. But reach out to some of those people that grew up coming out of the Depression, and some of those who learned those things, and you get a better perspective on where things are going from here and how to better prepare for what is to come. Because I assure you, what is coming, it is not going to be pretty. And your best friend might be that old grumpy person down at the end of the block. It could be that hermit that lives in the middle of the block, or it might be that antisocial person across the street. Observe, orientate, decide, act accordingly to all situations. You know, there's so many things that could be said, but if you don't acclimate yourself to every situation, you're going to be in a world of hurt very quickly, folks. With that, folks, y'all take care. Be safe. Remember to love one another. Love yourself first. Love your family, because one day you may not have them, they may not have you, and sometimes you have to lean on each other in order to get through a real difficult situation. Till then, take care. God bless. We'll catch you on the next one.